cross purposes. And so you saw the massive upset where the governor lost the senatorial seat of Benue Northwest to his former special advisor on local government and chieftaincy affairs, Mr. Titus Zam, who beat him today with 143,000 votes, where the governor came with second with 106,000 votes. So that has left a huge talking point in Benue political space, where people are saying, how could the governor lose the election to Mr. Titus Zam?
My people, APC don't win Benue State because of ortom wey can lose in senatorial bid. Now so governor can't take second position. Wahala just dey everywhere. People come dey ask say how come governor go come lose like this, because they were expecting him not to lose. But I don't see how this campaign dey come be. It is unpredictable. I go drop the full video make una listen everything wey dem talk concerning the campaign in Benue State as the governor can finally lose. Oh, hey God. Now wow, let me drop it, let you guys hear. Thank you so much.
Cross purposes. And so you saw the massive upset where the governor lost the senatorial seat of Benue Northwest to his former special advisor on local government and chieftaincy affairs, Mr. Titus Zam, who beat him today with 143,000 votes, where the governor came with second with 106,000 votes. So that has left a huge talking point in Benue political space, where people are saying, how could the governor lose the election to Mr. Titus Zam? But this is chiefly because the PDP itself was divided against itself. The likes of Ayu and his followers worked against the governor because they're from the same senatorial zone, and so the governor lost that election. In Zone A, Senator Gabriel Suswam also lost to the APC candidate, Mr. Emmanuel Odin, the former House of Rep member. And so both of them in Benue Northwest, Benue Northeast, have lost out the senatorial seats to the APC. But luckily for Benue South, Abba Moro succeeded and retained his seat with over 70,000 votes. APC came second there. So he's the only one from the PDP in all this quagmire that scaled through this election, as you see. Now, Benue also has 11 House of Representative seats, as we would know, but it's only the Apa Agatu federal constituency that the PDP has been able to clinch. And so the 10 other slots or seats have been won by the APC in Benue State. So it leaves PDP coming from a point of strength to a point of weakness going to the state elections, which is a major issue in the next 2 weeks. And the PDP has been moving around to see how they can begin to recalibrate their planning and see how they can stay afloat ahead of the elections. That is what is going on in Benue right now.
You know, just before, when we began the show and we're analyzing the results across the country, and Benue was a major talking point, seeing how Benue flipped. I don't know if people saw that coming, but first I'd like to even know how the governor is handling that defeat. As you said, coming from a place of strength, ending up losing his election, his senatorial bid. And I mean, look at the margin, almost 40,000 votes difference. I wonder how is he responding to this? And may I just say a happy birthday to you. What a way to celebrate your birthday. But how is he handling this?
Well, after the declaration at the senatorial headquarters, we got the candidates, the guy that the APC candidate who is Senator-elect Titus Zam, he spoke. So we also went for the governor to react to the results. But he sent his chief press secretary to his special advisor on media and publicity, Mr. Tevia Kase, to address us. And the statement was that the governor has received the result of the elections and he would study it and come up with his position shortly. That's the best we got out of him. Repeatedly, that was the same answer he gave to us journalists when we tried to get the governor's reaction. So we're waiting to hear from the governor what will be his next move, whether he's taking the result, whether he's challenging it, what is going to be his options, until maybe in the next 48 hours we'll see him when he comes up to work, and then perhaps questions about what he's doing about the elections and how he's going to plan for the election on March 11 will come up to play. But like I said to you, while the PDP were busy fighting, the APC stayed on course. So whatever votes they could garner for the party. In Boko, for instance, they got about almost 40,000 votes in Boko for the presidential candidate, whereas the Labour Party was had just about 19,000. PDP had a party, and so you had a split. Now the votes that went largely to the Labour Party senatorial candidates, House of Reps, were those that were supposed to go to the governor in PDP, but because of his working for OB, those who agree with him with the PDP also gave their vote to the Labour Party senatorial candidate. So it's like, you do me, I do you, 1-1. And so the wholesome vote didn't come in for the PDP, while the APC stayed on course. And so it's like they are a chief beneficiary of the fight in the PDP. And it's something that the PDP must work on if they want to scale through, if they want to have a fight in this election that is coming on March 11th.
All right, Pius, I know that Benue politics, when it comes to the senatorial zone, you have the Zone A, Zone B, and Zone C. And with the extractions from the tribal extractions. But let's not go there for the moment. I'm going to come back to that. But you've been talking about the wranglings within the PDP and the dynamics of the political parties. But the people of Benue, how are they taking all of this that the state's flipped? Because it's a PDP state, and now it's been won. I'm not talking about governors. I'm talking about for this presidential election. The last time it was won by the PDP, and now it's flipped to the APC. How the people of the state taking this particular result?
If you were to divide Makurdi into two, PDP also gave their vote to the Labour Party senatorial candidate. So it's like, you do me, I do you, 1-1. And so the wholesome vote didn't come in for the PDP, while the APC stayed on course. And so it's like they are a chief beneficiary of the fight in the PDP. And it's something that the PDP must work on if they want to scale through, if they want to have a fight in this election that is coming on March 11th.
All right, Pius, I know that Benue politics, when it comes to the senatorial zone, you have the Zone A, Zone B, and Zone C. And with the extractions from the tribal extractions. But let's not go there for the moment. I'm going to come back to that. But you've been talking about the wranglings within the PDP and the dynamics of the political parties. But the people of Benue, how are they taking all of this that the state's flipped? Because it's a PDP state, and now it's been won. I'm not talking about governors. I'm talking about for this presidential election. The last time it was won by the PDP, and now it's flipped to the APC. How the people of the state taking this particular result?
If you were to divide Makurdi into two, say north and south, where you have the APC people, they are celebrating that the governor has lost his election, is a hallmark of their victory. That's what they are holding on to steadfastly, that the head has been affected in the PDP. If you ask the guys in the PDP, they feel they're in sober mood right now. They're wondering how this could happen. And so for them, it's a question of what can we do to salvage what is ahead? Because what has happened is in the past. They can do nothing about it. So it's a mixed reaction of those who are sympathetic with the governor, his followers, his supporters. They are not happy about it, but they are thinking of strategies to adopt. But those who have benefited from this victory, from this fight, they are celebrating. Facebook is agog. They are calling themselves. They are sitting out. They are telling you that we're sharing drinks, join us, and all that. That kind of stuff is going on in Makurdi right now. So it's pretty hard to tell what the general feeling is, but it tells that in 2015, same thing happened here in Benue. Governor Gabriel Swan was sitting. No, he ran for Benue North East Senatorial District. He was defeated by APC candidates in the Barnabas Gemade. So as a same time, Governor Ortom came in also as governor of the state 2015. And so it's repeated again. The sitting governor in PDP has lost his senatorial seat. We're hoping that it's not the same thing as they had in the governorship election in 2019, but it's all about what they do going from here, whether they're going to be sulking or they're working to deliver their party.
Yeah, so Pius, what could have changed? Because, like you said, you know, the PDP, which established again by Jeff here that the PDP is the Benue is a PDP state, but like you said, 2 seats gone, just one for the senatorial, and of course so many lost also, for the federal House of Representatives. Remember, yeah, So what could have changed? What could have swayed the mind of the people, to go the other way?
Well, as you'd very well know, one of the factors you would say quickly is that there is infighting in PDP. And so because the governor briefed and endorsed Obi publicly, the other three senators, including the one he was representing, he was going to take over from, Senator KJ, joined the national chairman to brief and say they were sticking with the PDP. Effectively, it means that they had taken a side in their camp while the governor was on his own. So it came across that the party and these leaders were working at cross purposes, because at the end, Suswam and the governor were not looking at the same picture. Suswam was working for Atiku, governor was working for Obi. OKJ was sticking with the party because he said he was hoping for the resolution of the crisis within the PDP for them to work for the PDP. But because the governor had taken a stand to work for Obi, he was going to work for the party. Now, in working for the party, the interest of the party was not protected by the governor's choice. And so I think that they also went to hurt him or get at him, and so they worked against his interest, which is what led to the election, because the senatorial zone, Benue Northwest, which is called Zone B, is divided into 4 local governments in Minda axis, where the governor comes from: Makodi, Guma, Gwe West, and Gwe East. That's called Minda axis. Then the second part of it is called Jengba, where you have Boku, Buruku, and Taka. This is where Akume, Senator George Akume, the Minister for Special Duties, come from. That's where the national chairman, Dr. Ayu, comes from. That's where Senator KJ comes from in Buruku. So these three also felt that this is a divide within the bloc, and so they worked this interest in Jengba, while Minda worked this interest in that. And the guy who defeated the governor is from Minda as well with the governor. So if the governor was hoping to have a bloc vote from Minda, because the candidate of the APC was also from Minda, that was a split for him already. Jengba was where the fight with him and Ayu and Akume has been. And so you don't expect that the bloc vote you would expect coming from that would sustain him. And he didn't come because APC won largely in those places. And this is why that he is. Then the second point is that you also have the APC governorship candidate is a reverend father who has been known to conduct mass healings and a whole lot of followership from both those in the township and the rural communities. And so this has been the mantra they've been driving. So that, I think, also has an effect. But because the PDP largely didn't sit to aggregate appropriate votes, APC just did the best they could. And this is why you see the result from Benue Northwest in Zone B and Benue Northeast in Zone A. These two gladiators losing their elections, as well as 10 House of Representative seats. Before now, PDP had about 9 of those 11 federal House of Representative seats. Now they have just 1 as we speak, all due to this intra-party